Do you believe in God? I mean, seriously, take a second and actually think about your answer. Because, I mean, after all, most Christians are super quick to respond with, I mean, yeah, of course I believe in God. But is that just because it seems like the right answer? And I mean, after all, nobody wants to get judged by judgy McJudger Christians. And if you're trying to fit in with a Christian crowd, especially in a church, it seems like the right answer. And I mean, there's that whole like eternity in hell thing that definitely doesn't seem very appealing. So why wouldn't you say that you believe in God, even if it's just to convince yourself? Welcome to the video. I am Chris, and this channel is focused on uncomplicating Christianity so that you can have a closer relationship with God. Full disclosure up front, this is take 2 of the entire video. I shot this whole thing already, loaded the videos onto my computer, nothing but static, like no sound. I didn't have the microphones hooked up right. So here we are, take number 2. So back to the original question, do you truly believe in God? And this question popped into my mind. I'm reading the book, Delighting with the Trinity. Great book. I'll put a link for it down below. And it's talking about God's love and how we were created because of God's love, right? And don't click off. I'm going somewhere for this, all right? And this is what atheists often get wrong, is there's this understanding that, like, well, Christians just believe that God created us and we're just his slaves, right? We only exist to worship him. And here's the deal. I'm going to read this. It's John 1:1. It says it right up front. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. The Word in this reference, and this is a whole another topic, is Jesus. So we can replace the Word. In the beginning was Jesus, and Jesus was with God, and Jesus was God. God, the Father, and his Son, Jesus, existed a long time before the world was ever even created. So when people so frequently like to say, like, oh, God the Creator, well, yeah, he is, but, you know, God the Father was actually around a long time before he ever created Earth. And that matters because God the Father loved the Son so much. He had so much overwhelming love that he wanted to share that love. So God has this overwhelming amount of love for Jesus, right? But he sends his Son down to be sacrificed through this humiliating, torturous process, and the Son loves his Father and us so much that he's willing to go through that process, right? Jesus went through this whole process on his own accord. Check it out. John 10:18 says, "No one takes it from me, but I lay it down of my own accord. I have authority to lay it down, and I have authority to take it up again. This charge I have received from my Father." All right, check it, because this is, pay attention, because this gets crazy, all right? So Jesus had the authority to he could do whatever he wanted, but he loved his Father so much that he listened, and he went through that whole process. And I know you're probably like, I get it, bro. Like, I've heard the story of Jesus before and I understand, but you know, sometimes when you read it or you hear it, it's done in such a way that it like hits you like a ton of bricks. And that's what it was for me when I was reading it this time. All right. So I'm thinking about God's love and Jesus' love. And this question just popped into my head, which just goes back to the beginning. Do I truly believe in God? And it like kind of took me back. Like the thought was just in my head and I was like, oh my gosh. But I realized why that question popped into my head. And it was because if God, the Father, has so much love, so much overwhelming love for the Son, that he created the entire world because he had that much overflowing love, that he wanted to share the love of his Son with us and us to be able to share in that love. Then if that's the case, if he's real and there's that much love, why is it that I treat him so bad? How much of a priority do we place on other things, like our job, our house, our car, our family? Like all of these things take up so much of our time, and then oftentimes God just gets a little bit of the leftovers, right? Yeah, but, right? Because that's the next thing. Yeah, but like my job is just really stressful. Yeah, but like there's this new series on Netflix. Yeah, but I got these kids and they just take up so much of my time. I get it, life is busy, but the Father that has so much overwhelming love that he created us, shouldn't he get most of the attention first and then everything else comes after? Let's flip the script for a second. Let's flip the script, all right? Because I think this will make it a little less complicated to understand. So imagine you have this group over here that you absolutely love and they're gonna die and you know it, but you're like, hey, I will send my family member in their place to die for them, who I've known longer, and I have just had this overabundant amount of love for, only for that group of people to be like, thanks, bro, I appreciate that. Now I'm gonna go over here and do my own thing because I got all this other stuff going on, but thanks for saving my life. And like, maybe on Sunday, like if I can't make it up to the cabin and it's not snowing or whatever, I'll give you a call and make sure you still got my back. Right? Like, that's crazy, but that's how most Christians are living there. This thing came into view, didn't it? This gosh darn microphone, it keeps falling. This boom stand is not working out. I'll be right back. All right, that's better. Where was I? Oh yeah, so that's crazy, because that's how most Christians live their week-to-week lives, right? So I'm gonna ask the question again: do you truly believe in God? And if you do, and I hope you do, are you living your life knowing that He has that overwhelming amount of love? And are you acting accordingly, knowing that He's your Father? So thanks for watching this video. It wasn't even supposed to be a video. I had these thoughts and I was like, man, this one I gotta hit record and get it down. So I appreciate it if you stuck around this long. Subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget to read your Bible.